Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Rachel and this is Stitched Up. So today's video is my plans for January. Now, I appreciate I've not even filmed my December makes yet, but the reason for that is because I know we're a week into January, but this is the first day that I've actually had any time at home to be able to film it, and the weather has just been awful. It's done nothing but rain all day. So I haven't been able to film my makes, sort of wearing things, etc. So I've still got to do that, I'm afraid. So I will get it done at some point this month, but I thought I would come on today to talk you through my plans for January. So I have 4 things. 4 things, which is not a lot, is it? So, and I think the reason why is because I am super busy in January. I'm working a lot and I am really going to be pushed for time. Yeah, that's going to be the main point. And I'm also still thinking a lot about my sort of not capsule wardrobe, but I want to make like a collection, and instead of, you know, just picking patterns and picking fabrics, I really want to think about my spring collection. So at the minute, what I'm wanting to do is, you know, not sort of commit too much so that I can focus on thinking about my spring collection and how that's going to work, etc. So I've just chosen 4 things for the rest of this month, which I think is probably going to be fairly realistic. I think the other reason as well why I don't want to make more is because I am trying to lose weight at the minute, because I gained a lot of weight last year. I am a yo-yo dieter. I always have been, I always will be, and yeah, I did gain a fair bit over the summer and autumn and early winter months, and yeah, I am now back on it and it's so far going okay. So I don't want to put a lot of effort into projects that will fit me now but won't fit me when I'm smaller. And it's not just about that, it's the fact that there are some things that I could make to fit me now that I will not wear because I won't be happy with how I look in them. So I'm trying to think about projects that I can wear now and they will sort of still be wearable as I lose weight, and I'll still be happy to wear them. So I'm trying to think more about that at the minute, as well as thinking a little bit more into spring and, you know, having that time to think about my spring collection moving forward. So without further ado, I will tell you what I'm wearing today. I have the Skipper jumper, which is a pattern by Seamwork, and I altered it slightly so that it has a deep cuff, and I just slashed and spread the sleeve to make a bishop sleeve as well. It's as simple as that. So I do like the Skipper because it has a 2-part neckband, which means it sits nice and flat on your neck, and I find it absolutely amazing. So I really love this. This is a fabric by See You at 6. It's one of their French terries from their autumn collection. I think it'd be really difficult to find this fabric now because it's sold out pretty quick nearly everywhere. I think I got this from Lamazi, but I definitely know they don't have it anymore. Right, so moving on, the first project that I have this month is a really special project, and it is the Friday Pattern Company Patina blouse, which I will put an image of here. This is their latest release, and I initially couldn't think of which fabric that I wanted to make this out of. There was a couple that I was toying with, but I have decided and I thought I would show you them. So I'm going to make the long sleeve version because I just think at the minute the short sleeve, A, because it's still winter, I'll be cold in it, I'm always cold, and B, I think where the cutoff is on the sleeve of the short sleeve version, I think will just not do me any favours at all. So I like the, you know, the longer sleeve version, and I think that's going to suit me really well. So the fabric that I have chosen is this lovely viscose fabric that I got from Abercan, and I think I bought this last year. I've had this in my stash for a while because most of my makes in 2022 I want to focus on stash fabrics for. So I have loads of this. I think I have about 4 or 5 meters, to be honest, but which is more than enough for this shirt, so there'll be plenty left over for another project. But I really like this. It's really soft, it's really pretty, and I just think it'll look lovely in the patina. Now for the collar, I'm going to make the deeper collar because the collar comes in 2 depths, and I've already measured the different depths on me, and I think the deeper collar will be better on my frame because I'm tall and long bodied. So I'm going to make the collar out of some plain black viscose. So again, this is just from my stash, and I just think those two together will just look really, really super special. So I'm really looking forward to making those, and that's going to be my first plan for January. So moving on, the next plan I have got is another Friday Pattern Company pattern, and it is the one and only Wilder gown. So I've got it here, which is a really, really poor printout of the instructions, but I will put a better picture here. Now, this pattern's been around for 2 or 3 years now, and I have made the blouse version, which I think a lot of people have, because the dress version is pretty difficult to carry off, I would say, because it very much depends on your fabric type. I know that, you know, it's one of those patterns. I really do like it. I think it looks fabulous on the model, on the image, and there have been some fabulous makes out there, but I think it's one of those patterns that you really need to think about the fabric that you choose to make it. Although I love the blouse version, the dress version was probably something that I've thought, I don't know if this is gonna suit me. However, I saw a version made by My Sweet Sunshine on Instagram for Minerva last week, and oh my word, it's beautiful, but she has hacked it. So I'm planning to do a very, very similar hack. So currently the neckline is really high, which I want to keep that neckline for, but what I'm planning to do is lower the empire waist, because it currently is, you know, it just comes to sort of your upper ribs just below your bust, and I'm going to lower that to my natural waist. I'm going to put some ties in so that it ties at the back, and I'm going to change the sleeves to bishop sleeves. So I am going to make a few changes to that pattern, and then fingers crossed it will look okay. So the fabric I have chosen from my stash is a viscose that I got from the lovely JJ when she was selling fabric as the Fabric Edit, and it's this gorgeous tropical viscose. It's beautiful. So again, I've had this probably 2 or 3 years now, and it's just sat in my stash waiting to be made up, and it's gorgeous, really, really lovely. So yes, it's gonna be loud, it's gonna be in your face, but I am tall, I think I can carry it, and I think if I lower the waistline and add those ties just to cinch in at my waist, I think it's going to work. So we shall see. Now this pattern, I think, does say for the full dress that you need 3 meters, I believe, or is it 2.5? Might be 2.5 actually. Let me just have a quick look. 3 meters of fabric. Now I think I've got 3 meters here, between 2.5 and 3 meters, so it's going to be tight getting this pattern out of this fabric, but fingers crossed it works. If not, I will just shorten it a little bit. I mean, this is fairly maxi length on the model, on the pattern, but I can always shorten it a little bit, so we'll see. Anyway, fingers crossed it's going to work, but I'm excited to have a go at hacking that pattern and make it work for me. Right, next up is the fabulous Mccall's 7131, which is this pattern here, this trouser pattern. Now I love this pattern. I've made it twice now. You've only seen one version of it, but I actually made another pair of these earlier in the week because I really like it. I just think it's a lovely pattern. You've got lovely pleats at the front with lovely pockets, and then it's got a flat front waistband with channeling for elastic just at the back, so it's super flattering, and obviously different lengths, so you can make shorts, you can make culottes or full length trousers. Now I've wanted to make the full length trousers, and I did make a pair earlier this week with that in mind, but unfortunately didn't quite have enough fabric because the leg pieces of this pattern are huge. On 16-inch wide fabric that's doubled over, you can only get 1 pattern piece. You need double the length, which I didn't have enough of the fabric to do that, so I made another culotte version. But I have this gorgeous red crepe in my stash. It is coming up super bright on screen, but it is a little bit more, it's not quite as tomato red as it looks on screen. It's a bit darker in real life, and I have got enough of this to make the full length version of those trousers, so I'm going to make those. And I've altered the pattern to give me a little bit extra in the crotch depth, because the first version I made, it was just enough. I think I'd added an inch, and when I came back to the pattern, when I made the second pair this week, I added in an extra ½ inch, so I've got 1.5 inches extra crotch depth, and it's perfect. So yeah, that's the only alteration that I've made, and I'm really happy to make these. This is a gorgeous red crepe. I have no idea where I got this from, but again, it's stash fabric, it needs using, and I'm really looking forward to making another pair of those. It is a really quick sew as well, and I think these will be great for work. I can wear them with a red turtleneck jumper, and no, a black turtleneck jumper. I wouldn't wear it with a red one, I'd look like a tomato, wouldn't I? That'd be ridiculous. But a black turtleneck jumper will look great and super flattering for work and chic. So that's my third plan for January. And then my final plan is something that's probably not seasonally appropriate, but I'm going to make it anyway, because when has that ever stopped me before? I am going to make another Deer and Doe Scirocco, but what I am hoping to do is lengthen the sleeve to 3/4 length. So I love this pattern. I made this when it came out. The day it came out, I bought the pattern, downloaded it, and made it immediately, because I just thought, wow, I love it. And I think that post got the most likes on Instagram I've ever had. I think I got over 800, 900, something like that. But I've made another version of it as well. In fact, I've made two, because I've made the short version. I've made two out of a Liverpool crepe fabric, and the short version I made out of a green ponte, and I want to make another, and I think if I lengthen the sleeves a little bit, it will make it seasonally appropriate. I have chosen this gorgeous jersey out of my stash, and I don't know what type of jersey this is, but it's super soft. It's quite a good medium weight jersey, and it's got plenty of width waist stretch, so it will be suitable for this pattern, because the waist, there is no elastic in the waist, so you need to make sure that there is enough stretch for it to go over your hips, especially if you're somebody like me that is pear-shaped and you have hips that are currently 14 inches bigger than my waist. So this fabric, I remember getting it from the textile centre years ago, and it's just sat in my stash ever since, but here it is. It's beautiful, and I think these colours will work really well for this time of year. And we all know, if you've made the Scirocco before, how it is secret pyjamas, and I just think this is going to be so snuggly but still look fairly stylish to wear at home when I want to be snuggly but still look fairly put together. So that's it. That is my 4 plans for the rest of January. So I better get cracking, hadn't I? So I hope you've enjoyed having a look at that, and I'm really keen to know what you're making right now. Let me know down below. I will be putting up the results of my next live sew along for the end of January. I'm planning to do that on the 22nd, and I will put up another vlog to announce the winner of the options that I put up for a vote, and some more detail around that. That'll be coming up within the next few days, so watch out for that. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and please like this video if you've enjoyed having a look at what I'm planning to make in January, and I'll be back with you really soon. Take care, bye.